Hey, what's up guys, Lux here bringing you a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at LEGO Minecraft set 21117, the Ender Dragon. This was a pretty fun set to recreate in Minecraft. As you can see here, I pretty much put everything together to the best of my abilities. Everything inside the sandstone is what actually is included in the set. Obviously all this background, I'm not going to individually destroy all this, but you guys can see where this would fit in the actual end dimension. And as always, we're first going to be taking a look at the minifigures. Now, first off here is obviously Steve. He is in his full diamond outfit. Obviously, when you're going to fight a boss like this guy, you're going to want full diamond minimum. A pretty snazzy looking Steve. Not anything too different to his regular minifigure print, but obviously getting a full set of diamond armor in any capacity is still pretty cool. But yeah, that was pretty much the whole Steve. Anyways, moving on. Now, if you pay attention to the background, obviously you can see that some minifigures are missing, and these are the Endermen. More particularly in the game, they tend to teleport a lot, which is something any avid Minecraft player would know. Therefore, it's really difficult to have them in a fixed position. So obviously, here's the Endermen. Obviously, in Minecraft, assuming they don't teleport away, they have far greater detail or little subtle details in their body slash head. So that's something you could say the minifigures lack, but besides that, they are pretty much identical to their Lego Minecraft minifigure counterpart. They look pretty good, solid black, no need for any real detailing unless you want to really get into it. With these Minecraft builds, they're typically always holding a block, so that's something to know. And of course, in this set, this is Endstone that they will be holding, considering, you know, it's taking place in the end. But anyways, 3 of these guys are included, and obviously they're not in their position in the actual recreation slash build, but in the actual Lego set you can see where they were meant to be placed, or at least in the general area. So yeah, those are the Enderman minifigures. And last but not least, while not a minifigure herself, we have the Ender Dragon. As you can see in the actual game, it's a pretty sizable dragon, and obviously consisting of that black and dark gray pattern. If you can see next to me, she is a pretty sizable mob, and knowing this, obviously you're gonna want to think that the Lego recreation will do her justice, and I want to say, yeah, they did a pretty good job here. The dragon is a pretty massive build. One thing that might stand out as not very accurate would be the wings. They use a mold for it instead of, you know, actually brick built, but obviously this was used because of possibly price, keeping the piece count low, or just because they thought it was the best fit at the time. Honestly, I'm okay with it, and I think you can tell what it is. Comparing it to this actual Minecraft Ender Dragon, you can tell that it's meant to be a Minecraft Ender Dragon in Lego. So yeah, pretty good job here and did it justice, especially compared to the 2019 one. But that's just my personal opinion. I think yeah, and obviously seeing that it is the end, we're gonna expect to have the dragon here. Now moving on to the builds. So I'm gonna start from smallest to biggest, minus the Ender Dragon, of course, since we already went over her. Here we have the end platform. Now this end platform you would typically find floating out in the open above the void. When you first jump through in the portal, you never know when you're gonna come out, and if you have bad luck, you'll probably end up over the void, and that's what this end platform is trying to represent. Seeing that sometimes you end up over the void on a obsidian platform, you have to build over to the mainland to fight the dragon. This is a small recreation slash reference to that. Obviously here it has 4 torches, typically doesn't have that. Never really spawns in with torches, but it's something the Lego designers decided to add here. And hey, it gives a little bit of character to, you know, a couple black bricks put together. So yeah, fine addition. It fits, so nothing to complain about here. Next up is this end portal. Now in Lego, obviously it's a lot smaller than what you would see in game, so that's how I recreated it here. Smaller, quite smaller, but obviously it still gets a point across. You can see these end frame blocks, very trippy if you look at it in game. Obviously being represented in Lego by these translucent blue bricks. I think they get the point across. Obviously they're not a perfect one-to-one representation, but how are you gonna recreate this, honestly? Actually in more recent times they have blocks that look more similar, but back in the day that's all they had, and I think they did a pretty decent job of trying to represent what they're representing here in the actual game. Above it, you can obviously see the torches that do spawn there actually. Every time you see an active portal or just a portal frame, they're going to have torches on them. And obviously, what would be an end portal, especially an active one without the ender egg on top? This is the main prize you want to go for, and in more recent updates, lets you respawn the dragon. But in Lego, they're represented with a few pieces that obviously give it that oval or egg shape. Not as blocky as the one here in Minecraft, but you know, it gets the point across. And would a mold have been nice? Sure, but I think this is okay for the time. Obviously, we know what it's trying to represent, so no biggie there. Last up here, obviously we would have to point out the layout of the set, the whole end stone layout. Not anything real great, obviously in game, but in Lego you can obviously see it's built up pretty well and masterfully, obviously to fit all these end crystal towers, which, by the way, are represented here in Minecraft as well by these builds I recreated. They work pretty well. I try to make it as accurate in size and shape to the actual Lego set on here. So yeah, I think they came out pretty good. Obviously some varying height, but that's to be expected. But yeah, that is pretty much it. When you recreate in Minecraft, you know, there isn't that much to look at, especially when seeing a good portion of the build is the dragon and the end layout, which is already pretty much laid out for you in Minecraft by finding the dragon just flying around, and obviously the end already has a bunch of ends laid out for you. But yeah, I think it was still a pretty fun set to recreate. Obviously, besides the annoying parts of getting rid of, you know, all that background noise, I think this came out pretty good. Obviously, recreating it in Minecraft, a bit smaller of an end than I would have expected slash experienced with the Lego set, but I think it still fits well. A very good dragon build, and pretty happy all around with it. You guys can tell me down below what you think of my recreation. Maybe something I could have changed, something I could have improved on. The feedback is appreciated. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I do one of these every 2 weeks, at least I try to, and they're a lot of fun for me. Stick around if you're interested. There'll be a playlist of all the ones I've done at the end title screen. If you guys enjoy, you know what to do. Subscribe, renew, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.